With the upcoming changes that are going to be happening in the global version of Umamusume, I wanted to go ahead and take a look at the unique skills that are going to be changed and go over them, give my thoughts about them, and at least let you know who is getting changed and what is getting changed. Of course, if you want to check out this link, it will be in the pinned comments and it will be in the description box as well. Let's go ahead and get started because we do have quite a bit of different Umas, and I hope that I won't keep you here too long. So with the first one is going to be King Halo. Before, on her ult, it used to be you had to be in 5th place exactly for CM specific. Now it is changed to 4th to 6th, which allows a little bit more wiggle room for her to get her unique off. With Matekane Fukukitaru, she is going to be getting a 0.1 acceleration to her unique, while I believe she also has a 0.35 target speed on her unique as well. So now she'll be able to get a little bit of target speed and help push her forward just a little bit quicker. With Agnes Tachyon, I really feel like won when it came to what is added or what's buffed or what's changed as far as her unique is concerned. Beforehand, it was just a heal. But now it is a heal with target speed. This is a very welcome change, and this is very good. For the 3-star and higher, we are going to be getting 0.25 target speed. Very solid, very good. Now when it comes to Super Creek, I am very, very happy for Super Creek because on her 3-star version and above, she used to have a 0.055, so 5.5%. Now her unique is a 7.5%. Her unique alone is better than your standard gold skill as far as stamina recovery is concerned. Now, you could argue, oh, it may have been more interesting to give her target speed. You could also argue this is going to help her a lot when it comes to the long CMs. There are different ways that you could interpret this. I, for one, I'm down. I totally like this change. I think this is a pretty solid dub for Super Creek. When it comes to Maya no Top Gun, if you know how I feel about Maya no Top Gun. I'll try to keep it as unbiased as possible, and I will say at least she has more room to activate her unique. This used to be on the final corner, now it should be the final corner and beyond for her unique to proc. As far as Air Groove is concerned, she used to be 4th place and back, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, da-da-da. Now it's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on and so forth. Any way to give me a little bit more wiggle room for my unique to proc, I will 100% take that, and that is a very good thing. The same thing is going to be for Grass Wonder. Hers is going to go from 5th and backwards to now 4th and backwards as far as her unique is concerned. Once again, very good, very solid when we get more wiggle room. Now, when it comes to Daiwa Scarlet, hers is a little bit more unique. Now, beforehand, she had to be in 1st place in order to get her unique to proc. You know, you'd be waiting. Oh, I need to just get 1 frame above into 1st place, and then I could proc my unique. Now she has a 2-prong unique. Oh, yeah, Red Ace. Now she has a 2-pronged unique. If she's in 1st place and there is somebody less than 1 length behind her and we're past the 50% point of the race, then she can proc her ult. Or if she is in 2nd place and we're 50% or further into the race and she has someone within the overtake sight, then she will proc her ult. So this now helps her either get into 1st place, and let's just say she's front running, she gets into 1st place, and then she can use that angling and scheming, potentially. Or she could potentially, if she's pace, come on, help me now. If she's a pace chaser, and then let's say she goes around, procs whatever she needs to get, and then she's about to get into 1st place, and we're a little bit further into that final leg, this could help boost her up just a little bit more. So it gives her some good stonks and some good juice as far as giving her more versatility and more flexibility when it comes to her ult, rather than locking her into first place only. So this right here is a very big dub for Daiwa Scarlet. Now when we come to Taiki Shuttle, now I will say, for my pace chase brethren and sisters, is going to be tough, because we used to be, I believe, 3rd to 5th on her skill. And her skill got a little bit of a change, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at shooting for victor. Oh, shooting for. Now this is going to be on the final corner, and it has to be on the corner. This says from 3rd place to 5th place, and then we get the excel. Okay, that's not bad. However, if you will take note, there are some tracks, maps, race courses, whatever you want to call them, that have final corners that are just barely not in a good spot for her to get the maximum effectiveness out of her unique. Now, when we switch it over to the JP, which is what we're going to be getting, we will not be getting 3rd to 5th place. That is an L. We are going to be kind of restricting ourselves and making it a little bit tighter as far as what positions we have to be in when we are using her unique. However, the thing that helps us is this part right here. It is on the final corner, in the later half of the final corner. So now on those tracks where we're like, oh man, this is just barely not usable, it could have been so much better. Now, because it's on the later half of the final track, or excuse me, the final corner, now things are cooking for her unique, but we do got to make it a little bit more strict as far as the requirements to proc her ult. I'm in a weird spot with this one. I'm happy that we have more access to more tracks. I'm not as happy that we're going from 3 to 5 down to 3 to 4. That one's a little tough for me. I think I'm going to have to wait and see how it plays out, especially with the different changes to a certain character that may make things a little bit more difficult to get this to proc. So we're going to have to wait and see how things play out, how the meta shifts as far as her unique, but it is a change. Like it or love it or hate it or not, it's there. Now, this is where the Omega juice is at. I'm talking about if there is anybody who is the Omega winner from these changes, it is Silent Suzuka. There is no doubt about it. She 100% murks Summer Marazenski. Summer Marazenski, we all thought she was going to have her time. We thought she was going to have her time, and now it's taken away because of Silent Suzuka. So let's go ahead and take a look at hers. This is view from. So beforehand, this was when we are on the final straight and we are in first place and there is someone one length or more behind us, then we get target speed. Alright, it's not bad. However, now we have a change to her unique. One, this kind of plays more into her being that super front runner, that runaway aptitude, I believe it was. I just remember it being the Unige. So with this new unique, she is popping off. Quite literally popping off. So let's read what it does. When we are at the 50% or further in the race, and we are in first place, and there is one person with one or more lengths behind us, then we get the target speed. Now, why is this important? Because if we are able to secure first place as a front runner, quiz time, what unique should you be taking as a front runner that you're always going to be fighting for? 3, 2, 1, angling and scheming. That is the same Sky ult. If you have ways to push yourself into first place and guarantee yourself first place, quote unquote guarantee, obviously, then that will help you tremendously by getting that angling and scheming and then boom, taken off, right? So this unique allows her to get so much more strength in the mid game, which is very important, and allows her the opportunity to get that angling and scheming a little bit more consistently. Beforehand, I loved her unique. However, it was just so very tough to kind of proc. But now, this right here, this, I'm telling you, is the juice. This is where it's at. If there is any clear-cut winner, it is Silent Suzuka when it comes to these patch changes. The next character that we're going to take a look at is we're going to look at Special Week. It used to be from 2, 3, 4, so on, as far as the order, and that is removed. And now we do get some acceleration. Now, Shooting Star, I'm cool with that. I'm fine with that. She did get a little bit of stonks because anytime that a pace chaser, she can also go late, but anytime that a pace chaser can get acceleration, especially in today's economy, is always going to be a great thing. So getting this excel here, definitely a plus for me. Now, if we're going to talk about people who are getting some dubs in this patch change, we gonna have to talk about TM Opera O. Now, one thing with TM Opera O, if we take a look at it, we gonna have to have somebody that is less than one length in front of me, less than one length behind me, and somebody that's blocking me on the side for 2 or more seconds. Those are and conditions, okay? Now, when the change happens, it is either one or less lengths behind me or one or less lengths in front of me, and we take away this side blocking. We don't need to worry about that no more. So it's either one or the other, and then I can proc that unique. So this, to me, just enables so much more for her, because, okay, let's just, come on, let's just think about it. Around the time where her unique is going to be proccing, somebody is bound to be either a little bit in front or a little bit behind us. And then we just get an easier unique. Sign me up, dude. I am totally for that. So TM Opera O getting a massive dub, in my opinion. Now, when it comes to Biwahaya Hide, hers is going to be the same, relatively the same as what Maya no Top Gun kind of got. It went from just the final corner to now the final corner and beyond, according to this. So, okay, we cool, we chilling. Now, as far as Anime McQueen, I mean, just, look, it says it's probably still Dookie. And you know what? We just gonna go with it's probably still Dookie. Now, things could change. My problem is, even if I wanted to look at it here, it is showing me the most recent JP Anime McQueen, so I don't even know what those previous iterations are. So I'm kind of at a loss when it comes to that one. Now, Tokai Teo, the anime version, hers goes from 0.35 target speed to 0.45 target speed. I will definitely take that. That is triumphant pulse levels of target speed, but her skill has more conditions compared to be at 200 meters and then boom, you can get 0.45. Okay. However, this change, still nice, still good, still stonks. We take those. With Curran, this is going to be a relatively good one. Hers goes from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now it's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I believe, now obviously these changes have happened in JP, but for us in Global, I think this is going to be very helpful, because when we see these front runners, people may be discouraged. Even though that groundwork is easier to get, people may still be discouraged, and they may say, oh, well, my favorite front runner got murked. Oh, I don't have Silent Suzuka. Oh, I don't have XYZ. I'm going to need to run something, maybe a late surger. I may need to run a pace chaser. I may need to run XYZ that's not a front. So these lobbies change up quite a bit. And now being able to go from 2, 3, 4, and so on is so much more accessible compared to 3, 4, 5s and so on. Kurenshan getting some stonks here. Now for Narita Taishin, we are going from the 50% of the group and back to now the 40% of the group and back. So CM specific, we're going 5th and backwards, but now it's going to be 4th and backwards. It used to also be her unique had to be on the final corner, and it had to be the final corner. Now that's just removed. It can just proc. What are they cooking? I don't know. Well, let me tell you, Narita Taishin fans, I'm sure you're eating good. Now, the next person who has a relatively interesting change for her unique, and it makes sense. So, Smart Falcon is in an odd spot because beforehand, she used to be her unique is only in first place, and that's it. But now, the reason why that was odd is because with the super front runners, you're not gonna be in first place if you have a super front runner in your lobby. Now we are in a position where it says we have to be second or first, and then we can get that unique to proc for us. That is very good. I like that. That enables her to continue still being used or useful in the new change and in the new patch, if you will. Very good for her. Now, Narita Bryan didn't have this before. Kind of odd to put these extra restraints for the 0.1 target speed, but sure. Her preconditions are if she is in the middle leg and she has been blocked on the side for more than 2 seconds, 2 seconds or more, then she will get the 0.1 additional target speed if those preconditions were met. In theory, that should be easy enough to accomplish. But, you know, theory is different than in actual play. So, you know, it is what it is. A change for the wedding air groove. We go from a random point in the mid leg to just as soon as the mid leg happens. Get her into decent positioning, help her out a little bit, that's fine with me. Okay, next person is gonna be the Fantasy Grass Wonder. Now, let's just look at this. It's the same thing as Supercrete. We go from 5.5% to 7.5%. Better than your gold skills. Great on the longs. Could be interesting when it comes to the mediums, you know, the longer mediums. So this kind of gives her another option to say, okay, maybe I take a little bit less stamina, increase the wit, make sure I hit all my skills. Maybe it says, instead of 2 golds, maybe I can turn around and take my unique plus a white. You know, I ain't did the math, but, you know, bear with me, just theory craft with me. Entertain it. You get the idea of what we're going for here. But as far as the Fantasy Grass Wonder, I'm going to take it. I like it. Push into what it is that she likes to do as far as get that stamina recovery, and let's do it good. Now with Fuji Kiseki, it says change from 1 car in almost the same lane behind to 2 cars in the same lane behind. Basically, I believe it was car, I think was lengths behind. I don't know why they use that word, but I believe, if I remember correctly from off the streams, somebody had said it is lengths behind. And instead of almost the same lane, so we're kind of like this, it is just now in the same lane behind. For Agnes Digital, course selection improves, but additional, and then it just cuts off. Not really 100% sure. Again, it's kind of difficult for me to go, okay, here's the global version, and then, but this is the current JP version. I don't know if there were any extra iterations or changes, so I can only go based off of this. For the Halloween Rice Shower, her unique goes from the second half of the middle leg to now just a middle leg immediately. Cool, we go with that. And then for Kawakami Princess, her unique didn't have anything here, and now we eliminate the order requirements. Proc it. Do what you gotta do, get it going, and let's roll. That is going to be all the changes for the Umas. that we have here as far as their uniques are concerned. Now, we still have so many skills, and we have different things that we can look at when it comes to their events and how some of their skills are affected. But as far as their actual unique skills, let me know down in the comment sections below. Are you happy with some of these changes? Are there some changes that are going to say, hey, I kind of now want to play that character? Or are there some changes that you're like, hey, I'm not going to touch that character no more. The changes kind of negatively impacted how I feel about that character. Let me know down in the comment sections below so we can see how that plays out for us. And that is going to do it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy the Umamusume content or Chaos Zero Nightmare or any other games that I may be interested in and you want to get more content from me, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. Here is a massive shout out to my current channel members. Thank y'all so much for the continued support. It means the world to me. And if you would like to become a channel member, you can do so by clicking the join button down below as well. And last but not least, be sure to share this video with your friends, with your family, and with your friends' family, so that way we can know what all the new changes are to these Uma's uniques, so that way we can say, hey, let's see if we can cook something up a little bit spicier. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace!